Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Ryan Haywood.
And get your vaguely Aryan cries of superiority ready, PC gamers, because you now get one more thing for free that console gamers have to pay for. Xbox Live.
Yeah, that's a thing. At GDC, Xbox chief Phil Spencer talked more about the ways he wants to bring PC and console gaming closer together with Windows 10 and Xbox One via an Xbox Live-like service for PC. Not the first we've heard of this direction for the company.
Not at all. At a Microsoft presentation in January where they also announced that augmented reality headset HoloLens, Spencer showed off an Xbox app that'll let you stream games from your console to your PC. Although, I mean, why you'd want to do that is anyone's guess.
But at the same time, he also announced that Fable Legends will support multiplayer access across the two platforms, and plans to do a lot more of that with the new OS.
So here's where we get into a bit of a sticking point. I mean, ever since Xbox Live rolled out at the end of 2002, Xbox gamers have been paying monthly subscriptions for access to multiplayer. In fact, it's been such a successful move that even Sony moved to a similar approach with PlayStation Plus on the PS4, whereas multiplayer was free on the earlier generations of that console.
Not the case with PC, which has always been sort of the Wild West of multiplayer gaming, and proud of it. And the idea of paying for access to multiplayer is unheard of, obscene, infantile, churlish.
Well, MMOs kind of do that though, or they have for years anyway. I mean, most of these games not only required full retail game purchases, but then also charged a monthly subscription fee on top of that for access to the game.
But even that trend has been disintegrating in the last few years. More games are either having a free-to-play approach or finding alternate methods to part players from their time and or money.
A worthy quest.
Elder Scrolls Online launched less than a year ago with the traditional retail plus subscription model, and after struggling to get any attention because of all that, and also because the game was a little underwhelming,
Just a tiny bit.
They've already ditched the monthly subscription on that one.
And recognizing this, during GDC, Major Nelson confirmed that PC players would continue with that status quo. In a tweet, he said, "Not charging. Xbox Live Gold will not be required for online multiplayer gaming using our service on Windows 10 PCs and phones." So good news, you're not paying for Xbox Live on your phone either.
Hey, cue all hell breaking loose. Not from the PC players, obviously, since announcing that nothing is changing is not really that interesting, but from the console players, who are suddenly feeling a little hard done by.
Yeah, and thanks to this announcement, console players are taking a hard look at the discrepancies in pricing for access to online features in the same games.
Not only will Fable Legends be cross-platform, but so will iDarb and the newly announced Gigantic. That means Xbox One players having to pay to play the same game with people who don't have to drop a cent.
Kinda shitty, right? I mean, actually, here's the thing though, it's not the first time it's happened. You remember Games for Windows? That was free back in the day and had games like Shadowrun and Gears of War, which didn't charge PC players for online access, while Xbox players had to pay.
You must be the only one that remembers Games for Windows. No one else did. But with all the social media now, that wasn't around then, because it was so long ago.
It's in the before time.
Right, in the long, long ago. It's no surprise gamers are using their platforms to howl this time around.
We do love that. We love to use our social media for that. So the big question is this going to spell the end of Xbox Live Gold subscriptions as a gateway for online gaming? Lawrence, what do you think?
Definitely not. There's no reason that it would. The problem is, once you have people paying for something, they can complain about it all they want as long as they keep paying for it, and they are. Xbox Live is an enormously lucrative part of Xbox's business model. The service boasts more than 48 million members. We don't really know how many of those are paying and how many are not, but you know, let's just ballpark it and say a quarter of them are paying. That means at $40 a person, those subscriptions rake in $480 million of revenue every year.
And that actually is a new thing because they just dropped the price to $40. It was $50 before.
Yeah, so, I mean, they didn't even have to do that. That's the thing that gets me. They could charge $60 a year, and all of the consumers that are in for good because they have a good job of rolling it over into a subscription policy. People on the internet like to complain because they want everything at the same time, but they'll keep paying, and that's just the end of it. Like, if a company can make a product and charge you for it, why would they give it away for free?
Well, but aside from the whole like online gaming thing, the subscriptions do offer additional benefits. I mean, every Xbox Live Gold subscriber gets free games every month. Last year, every subscriber had access to $584 worth of games for free, and that just seems to be ramping up. That's way more than you actually pay for a subscription. So they maybe could get away with, you know, dropping it as a requirement, I guess, for online gaming. But even with the free game offer, man, that would hurt their subscriber numbers big time if they didn't use online gaming as a gateway.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that I always come back to is they don't need to. And I guess you could argue that if you're on the PC side of it, you've already bought into the system by buying parts that are 2 to 3 times more expensive than a console. So it's not like you're saving money on multiplayer. Also, all games are cheaper anyway. So there's gives and takes, you know? If you have a console, you can plug it in and it works every time, but you have to pay every month for someone else to do the upkeep on the multiplayer. If you want to go PC and have free multiplayer, sometimes you gotta fuck around with your firewall settings to get ports opened up so you can play one goddamn game of Battlefield before I have to go to sleep and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, we are not likely to see anything like Xbox Live Gold subscriptions going away anytime soon. I think that probably the very best we can hope for is that those particular games get ungated, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. But what do you guys think the answer is? I mean, how can Microsoft be fair to console gamers without dooming themselves with the PC crowd? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. You get the best in video games and entertainment right here, so make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel.
And we'll keep you in the know.
Battletoads HD. It's a terrible idea.